Again, just wanted to stop in before I get on this flight going out to Atlanta and push this Big Rob book series. Just want to let you know, you young moms, I be listening, and I appreciate the texts and the messages. Um, and we got to keep pushing these, especially them little young brothers, them little young baby boys. We got to keep them reading, keep them tucking that head and reading that book. Um, it is crazy how young girls mature so much faster than young boys, and I think that has a lot to do with um, hormones. But long story short, um, I'm just watching my daughter, and she's reading a book, and she said to me, she said, "Daddy, that's a very mature book." I said, "What is it about?" She said, "It's a love story, but it's very mature." So what she was telling me was it was very adult like. I'm gonna use that word. That's easy for my young audience to understand. Um, and I just looked over at her, and she just amazes me. She just amazes me with how she articulates and how she looks at me. And and I want to say to you, young fathers and you old fathers, that the little girls are very impressionable. I mean, you have to walk a certain line. And my daughter Asada, I mean, she just amazes me. I mean, I love this little girl. Um, I just, can't wait to see how her life turns out. I just want her to be happy and to do the things that she like, um, because money really doesn't make you happy. It gives you resources. It gives you the ability to help people and do things. But happiness comes from a different cipher. It comes from a different circle and different understanding. And but I was reading um, a story today, and it was talking about the um, the reading levels in inner cities and how they're graduating on reading on the fourth grade reading level. And I started to look at the different states, um, you know, in the city of Atlanta, in the city of Newark, in the city of Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Connecticut, Hartford, in the city of, of Miami, in the city of Memphis, and um, all this, where we heavily populated of people of color, of how they talked about the resources are not in place. And my biggest thing is I blame the black men, the black man. It's our responsibility. I blame the black man. It's our responsibility to take care of our community. It's our responsibility to take care of our families. It's our responsibility to build companies, create wealth, and so we can put back into our community. It is not for us to wait and we have to vote and hope that these people who don't come from our communities are going to support our ideas, our concepts. Um, Politicians never change anything. I haven't seen it in all the years of my life, and I might not never see it. I think only change could come is that when the black man rise up and he start helping himself and he start using his dollar to enhance the community. I support brothers like my man Bull, who does the toy drive. I support my man Panama, who does the coat drive. I support these brothers because these brothers are taking their resources to give back to the community. and they're not just taking the dollars that they make and putting it in their pocket and not giving back. Um, um, uh, we live in a county which are predominantly well the circumference is maybe 500,000 people. Hillside, Irvington, Newark, East Orange, and Orange, and each city has a black mayor. And my concerns is that we five cities should pull together and start creating initiatives to drive those people who want it to to be able to obtain it because we control it. Um, I just think sometimes we put the wrong people in office, and it's hard for me to believe that an individual who never ran a business, who never created any wealth for himself, who always just worked for somebody, can now go in and run a city and do a great job. Um, if you consider giving fish sandwiches out and throwing parties and handing them jobs where they still struggle to pay their rent and their mortgage, if that's all you're looking for, but we need to have more individuals across the country who are creators, who understand currency and understand how to move the dollar. And so I tell my young people the only way that we can change, if you're 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, 12, I'm talking to that group of people. Um, only way we can change is that we got to tuck our head and read. We have to educate ourselves, and we have to teach. We have to learn through reading. So when reach those pedestals, um, we can change what's going on in our community. I can go on and on. Like I always say, um, our, we have a huge population of young black boys and girls who read on the fourth grade reading level, and they are being set up to go to the penitentiary. And the only reason way we can change it is we can start pushing them books in their hand. Not no digital books. I'm talking about some real books so they can feel, touch, and get a taste what a book is. Not an audible. That's more adult. Something that they can grab onto and touch. And I think is a book is the key to life. So when I see my daughter reading, um, it makes me smile. It makes me realize that me and her mother is doing something positive. And I tip my hat off to her mother because woo, she is on that young lady, and she's been a very good mom. So on that note, I won't be on tomorrow because I'll be in the air, flying out of town. But Big Rob's room is raring up for 2022. I've been coming on by myself. I said I was going to do some interviews. COVID, all these things have been slowing us down. But I'm going to chat and I'm going to share some things because there's some athletes, there's some people. I was just online. The young lady Yandy from Love and Hip Hop, she had a book out, so I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know the young lady, but I support anybody who's doing children books. And and we got a book coming out with my man from Patterson. Um, that's gonna be moving, and so once again, this is Big Rob's room. Tuck that head and read, and let's change this world. Once again, peace.